hold me now. I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm slipping. I don't even know if those are the lyrics, but ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to 7 Minutes in Heaven, Tuesday edition. Still thinking about changing the name? Nah, we're sticking with it. Maybe we'll change it. If someone comes up with a better podcast name than 7 Minutes in Heaven, I'm open. I'm all ears, dude. I'm Spock up in this bitch. All ears, okay? I'm corn up in this bitch. All ears, okay? I'm something else with big ears. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast. If it's your first time here, stick around, okay? Maybe I'll say something that makes you giggle. Maybe I'll make you think. Maybe I'll make you cry. Maybe I'll make you love again, okay? Love is in the ears, okay? So you got to be listening for it when it comes to you, okay? Or comes in you. Whichever one you're into this holiday season, okay? All I'm doing is I'm spreading holiday cheer, okay? Like Jesus came, I'm coming with the cheer this holiday season, ladies and gentlemen, all right? Your boy, I'm in my wholesome era, and your boy loves the holidays, and it's just amplified by having a wee little lass, okay? I'm spreading cheer. I'm being creepy at stores when I see someone with their kid. I look at them and I go, ooh, maybe I shouldn't be staring at people. But then I have a wholesome smile on my face, okay? Not to dive straight into having a baby. This is just what parents do. But I was out with my family, and we were eating breakfast, and this older man who was there with his family, he's leaving, and he was sitting there when we were there, and I was catching him watch us, and I said, whatever, dude. Like, whatever gets your rocks off. And he comes up right before he leaves and goes, you have a beautiful family. Congratulations. And then walks away. I said, thank you. And then my wife, we were smiling and everything. And I'm like, he doesn't know that I beat the shit out of you behind closed doors. She's like, no one does. I'm like, yeah, it's great. It's great to still get, both the love and praise and be a monster at the same time. No, I don't beat the shit out of my wife. Sometimes she wins. Sometimes she catches me slipping. Okay. She got a mean jab, fast jab. She'll pepper me with it. The other day she hit me and she goes, that was pretty hard, wasn't it? It's pretty crazy, to just imagine someone domestic violencing you and then just at the same time wanting a little feedback, a little positive feedback, okay? Because she led me to the answer of being like, yeah, that was a pretty hard hit. The last thing you want to do is reaffirm someone when they're domestic violencing you, is to just be like, whoa. Like, just being like, man, that's so fast. Oh, I didn't know I was married to Ali. I didn't know we were rumbling in the jungle right now, okay? I thought I was just experiencing this, but no, I'm with a legend. But then again, if you're gonna get beat up, you want it to at least be from a legendary person. I don't know what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the podcast, okay? If you're looking at my outfit and it's too blinding to even see, dude, I'm rocking head to toe, dude, camo sweatsuit, okay? It's the greatest birthday gift I've ever gotten, okay? Birthday was in November, end of the month, and my wife got me this. She got me a full camo, a cool camo, okay? I love camo. I love everything that just reflects a simpler time, okay? I got some nice woodsy camo, head to toe. I'm bringing the legs up again for you to see if you're watching. Look at that, dude. You got to be quick or you'll miss it, dude. I'm out here just living. Just rocking it in the free world like I've always done. Okay. My bad. I'm not going to apologize for it anymore. Okay. Things are good. I like hunkering down for the holidays. Okay. I know we've talked about it, but the tree was put up yesterday. Let me tell you something. This is going to be the last thing we talk about in my family, because I don't want to sweet family you. Okay, if you're like, well, I want kids one day, but just not right now. Right now, I'm in the Pokemon. Right now, I'm in Tamagotchis. Right now, I'm out here being a kid, 6, 7. Okay, whatever the heck that is. We put up the tree yesterday, and our babe, we put it down and to look at the tree. I mean, I've never seen such wonder in a child in my life. To just see a babe so excited at the magic of Christmas. I'm like, this motherfucker just thinks we have a tree with lights in it. She doesn't even know what's coming down the pipe, okay? She doesn't know that she's going to Cabela's on Tuesday to meet Santa Claus, okay? She got so excited looking at the Christmas tree with lights on it, and I have Christmas music playing on the TV. She ran around in a circle, full speed, governor off that thing. Did a little lap in the living room, just laughing with glee at the idea that there's a tree with lights. Okay. It's crazy. It's crazy. I'll never be so happy in my life that I run around in a circle. Okay. I would think about what would make me that happy in my life. I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's anything in life that would make me as happy to run around, sprint in a circle. I mean, that's why people do drugs. I think that's it. I think when people do mushrooms and they do DMT, maybe they'll do, I mean, because heroin, it doesn't even seem like people run around in circles. The thing is that it doesn't even work like that. If there was a drug that turned you into like a woodland critter, like a wholesome drug, if they were able to bottle that, brother, I'd be out on the sidewalks every day, just out there in a little Santa hat, just out of this world. But the problem is that no drug does that. Anything that makes you happy enough to feel that kind of joy or run around in circles, it's also the same kinetic energy that'll make you stab someone on the sidewalk. Okay? Happens all the time out here in Austin. All right. It's, but then again, we don't see the people on drugs running around being happy. We see them running around thinking they're on fire. Okay. Which is a crazy thing to get so down the rabbit hole that you're like, I feel like shit in the morning. You wake up, you're in an alley. Okay. And, you just go, it's kind of cold today. Think I'm gonna do some drugs and maybe run around in a circle, pretend I'm on fire. Okay. Maybe believe I'm on fire. Maybe I'm covered in bugs. Okay. It's a crazy thing. I've become a little desensitized to blatant public drug use and just overall crazy things that happen. Okay. It's like the boyish wonder of, I've used wonder a little too much in this podcast. Editor, clip it out. It's me. It's like living in Jurassic Park. That first day, you know, when they film everybody arriving, dun, 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 dun. And then, I mean, that excitement, oh my God. But then imagine if you've been there for years, every day, Jurassic Park, you're living in Jurassic Park and there's dinosaurs running all around. Imagine Jurassic Park with, once the cages have all been open and the animals, the dinosaurs are running around everywhere in the wild, eating people, roaring in people's faces. Imagine that. That's Austin, Texas, downtown. Okay. You go downtown Austin, it's pretty much like Jurassic Park where all the dinosaurs have escaped. It's what it feels like sometimes. Okay. Sometimes I feel like Frodo. Do you remember not Frodo, Pippin and Took, where they get taken by the orcs and there's all these horses running around. They're running underneath them. That's how it is on 6th Street. There's literally police officers with horses. We just got medieval police officers just knocking over Mexicans while they fight and roll around on the ground. Okay. There's always some shenanigans going down on 6th Street. There's always some person, almost said torta, like trying to grab her husband and like pull him off of somebody and they're rolling around. Drunk people are the funniest when they're fighting on 6th Street because they're rolling around and you would think they're being shooken up in a snow globe the way they're just falling over each other on solid ground. It's the funniest thing ever. It's like mud wrestling. Like for some reason, people, when they get drunk and street fight, they're like in mud. They're like oiled up. They're all slicked up, just falling all over the place, trying to win or get out of the situation before the police force shows up on horses. Okay. That's got to be crazy for a horse. Like, how do they even know? Okay, because this is a real question, something we need to talk about. No one asked the horse what it wanted to do for its career. Okay, like, do you think there's some horses that are related, and there's some horse in, Central Park that just gets to spend its days just walking around Central Park, taking people? 1 out of every 5 people in the back of them are doing an engagement. They're about to pop the question. Every night for a horse whose job is to take people around Central Park is having the best night of their life, dude. It's just pure happiness. And that horse is just like, best job I ever had. Okay. And then you look at its cousin who moved to Austin, and its cousin's just like, oh yeah, I spend every night not knowing if I'm going to get stabbed with a needle from a heroin addict if I go down the wrong alley. I don't know if, I'm going to have to kick some torta because she's getting a little too close. Okay? It just is what it is. It is funny, though, because you'll see some people when the horses and the police officers like roll up on them, where they almost think they're like the horse whisperer. They're just like, okay, okay. And they'll be talking to the horse also, as if the horse wants to be there at all. The horse, a police officer's horse, is pretty much just like the person on the bottom of a chicken fight in the pool. They're just there. And, you're just awkwardly staring at the other person. You're just like, oh, fuck. Horse is just a victim at the end of the day. Okay. God, could you imagine a horse that wanted that job? That's the person you can't give the job, is a horse that is just waiting for a frat boy to pop off just to kick him in the face. I think we actually see a lot less of those than we could, of horses. There's like police brutality videos. We don't see that many horse police brutality videos. I think they're just, they keep it chill. I think horses, you always hear about horse girls, and you see these videos. There's like these viral videos of people in like Europe and stuff where they stand there and people pose, and sometimes the horses will just tell someone to get the hell out of there. Like those guards who can't speak or, aren't allowed to speak while they're working. They wear those silly little like hats. It's just crazy what tradition was back in the day, and they're still just upholding it. But people will pose with those guards on the horse, and sometimes the horse will like bump them away and be like, don't get near me. And then what's beautiful is every now and then a horse will just see like a special needs kid, like just standing off to the side doing like a John Cena, and the horse will just call him over. The horse will just literally just go like that, and will let the kid get close to him and like put his head on the shoulder. Horses are tethered in, dude. They're locked into the other side. I don't know. I think that is something. There's some animals that are just locked in, and they're just built different. I think horses are one of them. I think they do like horse therapy. I think that's the problem though, is sometimes women, they like fall, and maybe some guys do this too, but you really hear about these horse women. Okay. These girls who grew up with horses that, they think it's like Avatar, where they're just connected at the hair braid, and they like fall in love with their horse. Horses live way too long too. You get a horse when you're like a kid. It's like an investment. I don't know how long they live, but I think it's like sea turtles. I think a horse is going to rock around for like 40 to 60 years. Okay. I think it's regular turtles. Don't quote me on the sea turtle stuff. But I think there's a real thing with parrots as well, that parrots can live like 80, 90 years. I mean, if parrots can live like 80, 90 years, there's got to be is there parrots who know that I can't say the words that my previous owner was saying, or else this new family's not going to take me? Like, how many racial slurs did parrots just digest on a daily basis? And then they got to a new family and they were like, I don't think these people are cool. I don't think they'll let this slip. All right. I don't think they're going to ride for this. when they are those, you know. Anyway, I thought we had something there, but I don't think we did, to be honest with you. We're going to make this a short episode today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still going. Okay. I want to talk about the P. Diddy documentary. I'm going to be honest with you. This P. Diddy stuff is so crazy. What's nutty is, if you don't know this, I started out doing music. I still love music, and I have plans of intertwining it pretty soon, like the horse and Avatar. I'm about to braid comedy and music. Never been done before. There's definitely not comedic musicians that have done it before. I'd be the first. I know a producer who worked with P. Diddy, and he had one of the greatest stories I've ever heard of P. Diddy being so cool to him. I don't know. Like, I'm sure there's those stories, but my God, was Diddy a monster. If you haven't watched the Diddy documentary, I highly recommend it. It's crazy that 50 Cent is producing all of this. 50 Cent, I don't know why he feels so comfortable with this guy that definitely killed Tupac, killed Biggie. It's killed multiple people. It's also crazy. Like, what a demon. The fact that we lost Biggie and Tupac. Not to be that guy. Well, Diddy and, Biggie and Tupac. For how young Tupac was. I know the big songs of Biggie, but Tupac was my guy, literally. I was dating him. Amazing artist. Just a generational, once in a lifetime artist. If you go back and you listen to his albums, it's crazy how poetic he was, how talented he was, performer, everything. It was just amazing. And it sucks that someone like Puff Daddy was connected to that, without a doubt. And then who would have thought that baby oil would have been the thing that did him in? Okay. There had to have been a thing where they got there and like the evidence was piling up, and then they saw 10,000 bottles of baby oil, and they were like, nah, this is the nail in the coffin. It's crazy. It's crazy to be like, we do so much that I want 10,000 bottles of baby oil just around. To not have any food or storage for an apocalypse, but then all of a sudden you're just like, well, if the power goes out, and every convenience store sells baby oil. It's nuts that Diddy wanted to make sure he had this on tap always. Every convenience store carries baby oil, I think. Don't quote me on this. Diddy was like, nah, I don't care about stockpiling food. I don't care about generators. I don't care about fuel. I need oil. They're like, actual oil? He's like, nah, oil for infants. That's what I want. It's crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a short episode, okay? I love you guys. I want to make these shorter, digestible things, especially when it's just me, okay? I don't want to get too crazy. I don't want to talk your ear off, all right? I just want enough for us to wet our whistle, maybe grind our beaks together, okay? That's what I bet Diddy would say to people. Could you imagine if you're a new artist and Diddy just calls you and he's like, where you at, Playboy? And you're just like, I'm at my home with my wife. And he's just like, nah, we in the studio late night. And knowing about him, he'll be like, come through. We're going to grind our beaks together. Like, he just keeps using grind metaphors. We're about to grind like 2 pennies. We're about to push our pennies together. Like, he's just using very questionable metaphors about money. Hey, we're about to get after it. I got your back. I'm about to push you from behind. You're just like, I don't know. And then you imagine getting to the studio and you just smell baby oil. You just shake his hand and it makes that sound. And you just go, oh no, he's got soft hands. Oh no, his lips are reflective. Baby oil does feel good though. I gotta be honest. Anyway, I love you guys. Listen, if you're in Austin, Texas, come out Friday, East Austin Comedy Club, every single Friday, 6 p.m., the early bird show, dominated by the Puerto Rican pigeon himself. I love you guys. I'll see you next week.